So I'm in LAX. I just went to an entrepreneurial conference, and I'm about to fly back to Albuquerque and then Santa Fe. I'm about to go into my second 2 weeks of my detox, starting on Wednesday. So I've decided to have beer and French fries because I'm going to be eating mung bean soup again for 2 whole weeks. The theme of my life this weekend has been about showing up in my mastery and also in my exploration, in my wobbly, in my uncertainty, in the unknown, with a group of very high-level individuals. I think 2 of them had made over $1 billion. So it triggered all of my insecurities around being a business owner, all the rest of it. And on the other side was an amazing opportunity for me to show up in my genius, in my mastery, in my contribution to them with my gifts. So I share this with you because as we go into this next podcast, watching Kristina, she's not there yet. She's left the world where she needs a man to be good enough or a job to feel safe. And she's in we could call it the liminal, where she's integrating a lot of things, but the next phase hasn't shown up yet. And a lot of us, when we're in that state of the unknown, will revert back. One of my teachers calls it running back into the burning building, where we run back in for security. We project our fears onto others. We give up. Kristina is willing to be brave and sit in the unknown and begin to live a new way from the inside out, not the outside in. And she's not there yet, and it's uncomfortable. And what I love about this podcast is she doesn't have to have it all figured out in order to show up bravely to humanity and step into the unknown. She's in a place of, I believe, pioneering leadership, because she could very easily give up, project, contract, and never evolve. But she's willing to be brave and keep going with her bravery from the inside out. So see if that encourages where you are on your path, because this next phase is not about control. It's about surrendering into the unknown and following our soul's truth and doing our best not to let triggers on the outside contract us to go backwards. So enjoy this amazing podcast.
Welcome to Intimate Conversations, Season 13, Heart Broken Open, where intimacy is an inside job. Welcome to another episode of Intimate Conversations. Here we are, Season 13, Lucky 13, Heart Broken Open. And I have we done a podcast before?
Yeah, one other one.
Yeah. A couple years ago, right? Mm-hmm. Is a return guest. And we might even be changing her last name in this new episode. There's a lot of changes going on. It is such an honor to be able to share with you one of my beloved clients, one of my beloved Allana Pratt Method coaches, one of my beloved sisters, Kristina. Should we say Adams or Davis Adams?
Right now, just Davis.
Davis. We're going to claim. This is a great way to begin the interview. When I work with people, obviously they change, they transform, and part of them breaks open to this next phase of their life. But a lot of times it's by retrieving the parts of us we've lost, letting go of the parts of us that were fake or identities just created to survive. So it's a returning home, but it's also a blossoming open like a butterfly of new life. So Kristina's maiden name is Davis. And so welcome back, sister.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah. Where shall we begin? I think we should begin where we just spent the last week together.
I like that. Yes.
Yeah, because that's the freshest. We had, you tell them. Your daughter gave you a book about this author that you'd never even heard of. Had you heard of her before?
I had heard of her before. Yeah, and Dr. Estes, because I can't say all her full name.
Clarissa Pincola Estes.
Yes.
Yes.
I think there's a Reyes at the back. Reyes,
yes,
at the back. So she wrote the book, Women Who Run with Wolves.
Yeah.
And we exchange Christmas lists every year. And my then 27, now 28-year-old daughter put it in my stocking. So I got her book.
Yeah.
And I started reading it in December. And by January, I was just curious and started looking up what she was about. Does she ever do in persons? I just thought, I just got to figure out more. And then I found Maven Productions with Nona Goldman.
Yeah.
And just signed up, saw that she was going to be 15 minutes from my house, right up at Sunrise Ranch, and said, let's go. And I had sent, I said, I signed up, and I sent it to all you and the other coaches in your community. And you said, I'm in.
I'm there.
And that was what, in March?
Yeah.
Yeah, March is when we made this choice.
We made the decision. And back then I was still living in South Carolina, and I said, I'll find my way. But since then I've moved to Santa Fe. So it was only a 6.5 hour drive, which was amazing. Share also, when we grow, what doesn't, can't maintain our vibration, our frequency, has to go. Yeah. And sometimes it's hurtful and painful, and they don't necessarily leave with elegance or grace or kindness. And other times they do. But like, share to the degree we don't have to use names or anything, but like, you were gifted that, and then it was taken away, and then you gifted yourself with that workshop. Share what happened even on the way to this workshop.
Oh, even on the way to the workshop.
Relationship wise.
Yeah, relationships. So a lot of relationships have been changing, including a 29-year work relationship.
Yeah.
A relationship that I had been seeing an individual for 8 to 9 months.
Yeah.
Was very much thought this was going to be a start and be the one.
Yeah.
And this particular session, or this it's called the Creative Fire that Dr. Estes put together.
The workshop, yeah.
It was going to coincide with an event that he had put on the calendar. And I said, look, I can't do that one because I'm going to do this. And I'm going to give it to myself because it's my birthday.
Yeah.
And he said, well, let me get that for you.
Right.
Well, between then and now, and when the event actually happened, things got to a point where that gift was rescinded. And I had to then go ahead and pay for it out of for myself. And I recall going, you know what, that's exactly how it had to be.
Why?
Because this was for me, and it was to love myself first. And I also said I didn't want other energy on this one. This was going to be pure. This was going to be mine.
Yeah.
And so then I showed up at the conference, and here we are.
Yeah.
So.
What was that like to have not just two adults breaking up, this isn't going to be the one, but a generous gift for your birthday being taken away.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to cut, a wound, and then I'm going to pour some salt in it. Then I'm going to rub that in. Like, what was that like? And maybe we can frame it in the work we do. Bypassing. Oh, no, it's fine. I'll just buy it myself. Right? Like the way we cover up being misused, disrespected, unkind, cruel, like we haven't had a voice to be able to speak up so much of our lives. How did that particular cruelty, how did you integrate it perhaps differently than you would have before we started working together?
I probably would have given a lot of excuses, like I deserved it somehow. That was the old me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're fine. I'm sure you made a mistake, because he did put an excuse, but there's no way he knew. So it was another way of, I don't know, some weird, toxic, manipulative way to get me to talk to him or something. I don't know what it was about, but what I do know is what I'm about.
Yeah.
And I'm not about that anymore. When somebody does something with intentionality, I get to hurt. I get to stand up for myself and not just say, yeah, let's excuse it away or bypass it away because I'm not good enough. No one else will want me but you. And this will be your way to get me back, because I could feel all that manipulation in there.
Yeah.
And I stood up for myself. And then I allowed myself to break. And I went to a PSI with you. I spent 5 weeks in Santa Fe alone. And I did my work to get to this place.
Yeah.
And I felt a little bit more in love with myself.
I love this. I'm covered in shivers as you're talking, because that's not who you were when we first began coaching together.
Oh, absolutely not.
Right? And that's not who I was when I first started doing this work. I would blame myself, like any man's abuse against me would be my fault. What do I need to do to get back his love? What position do I need to pretzel myself into to give away my power, sacrifice my body, prostitute my soul, like whatever it was, with this fear, as you so accurately said. And I want to go deeper into this, because I bet you there's a lot of women, and we're older. We're in our 50s, right? We have all this other, should we do Botox? How many filters should we use in our photos? Like it's what man in their 50s would want a woman in their 50s? They only want men in their 20s. There's so many beliefs there to make us settle.
Yeah.
So many. And if it wasn't for the accountability of our coaching group every week, where we don't get to hide. Yeah. We don't get to hide. Thank God we don't get to hide. Share a bit, even if you want to back up a bit to the very, very beginning. What did it really take to sit in the fire of, I'm not going to sacrifice myself and believe the lie that no one else will want me?
Yeah. That ran me a lot, and I had to walk through that even to get through the divorce. I was married for 26 years and divorced 6 years ago, about this time. And I just really, I'm going to be destitute, no money, homeless, naked, afraid, alone. And of course, nobody would want me. And I think you can hear that. You shouldn't feel that. You can do your affirmations over and over. But for me, I had to really go into why I thought that. How many years of ancestral passing on of women are half, and they need to be completed by men.
Right.
And without one, there's something wrong with you. Without one, you're not whole. On the other side of this, I found my wholeness yet again. And I had dated before that. I had gone through hard things. I had pushed to try and do all those things. But this last one
was a humdinger.
It was a humdinger. And truth be told, it still hurts.
Thank you.
Truth be told, I still have feelings.
Thank you.
And truth be told, I am going to take my time for myself now. And I know now. I have a better radar, and I have a better sense now to go, I may be so deep into the I love you stage of this relationship that even though there's something that I feel that might be wrong, indicators that I chose not to pay attention to.
Right.
I know now to raise my hand and talk to my coach, talk to other women, talk to my heart, myself, talk to all the spirits, talk to the divine, and take my time with it. And slow down a bit. Because the other part that comes when I just turned 58, and I'm saying that proud and
Happy
loud.
birthday.
Thank you.
We had our birthday dinner last night.
I feel like I'm just getting started.
Right.
And all of the things you were talking about, the externals, they're so shallow. Because what's in here is so much bigger. It's just so wide. And it's getting deeper every day. So, thank you.
I love you. What do those tears want to say? Are they, what kind of tears are those? What is, let them speak.
They're so grateful. So much gratitude, like I'm overflowing. One of the things that was, just take a breath for a minute.
Yeah, got lots of time.
At the conference I was just at for 5 days, having younger women come up to me and say, I just want to sit by you. You're so calm. And I need calm in my life right now. Not a word said.
Yeah.
It wasn't how I was dressed. It wasn't my wrinkles. It wasn't not my wrinkles. It was my wholeness and
your
my
energy,
soul.
my love. Yeah.
And my energy.
Yeah. Your frequency.
And these women, the hurt and the pain. And I think what I was doing was giving them a safe mirror to see themselves.
And not be judged.
And not be judged.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Coming off of that conference and then doing this podcast for the first time. Usually I'm really open and easy. But this morning I was like, I am so in the in-between.
Yeah.
I'm nervous to be on something that's public, to even talk about being there.
Thank you so much. I there too.
Yeah, it's like 29-year career, done.
Yep.
Thought I was in love with someone that I was going to possibly marry, done. My daughter is married and doing wonderfully. My other daughter is just kicking ass with all her master's degree, doing beautiful things.
Yeah.
And those used to define me.
Yes.
And now I'm finding who I am.
I'm so grateful for your willingness in this. This to me is the gift of this podcast. How many women and men, but how many women have we defined ourselves as a mother, as a lover, as this is my job, this is my butt, this is my face, like all the things, right?
Yeah.
It's not real. Or if we clamor to it, it's never enough. Got to have more, got to keep it.
Yeah.
You know? And you are so bravely, and I want to explain to the way I've been taught to the viewers, tier 1 is our body, in which we hold subconscious wounding that we can sort of sense is in there because we fuck this up and that's shitty and that's not working and this and my anxiety and where's my SSRI and where's my next glass of wine. Like we know something's going on in there, but we can't define it, see it, point it out so we can fix it because it's wrong and we're bad, right? It's this subconscious shadow inside.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, tier 2 is the identity we create to survive that wound. And we look good and we lie to ourselves and we pretend we're fine when we're not. And we say yes when we mean no. And we just keep the fakey fake face on. Whatever that identity is, it's a survival mechanism. And then tier 3, should we go into meditation? Should we go into automatic writing? Should we go into breath work? Should we do ayahuasca? Whatever it is, we leave our bodies. And we have this respite, right? This respite of like, oh my God, I am one with all. But then we got to come back down into our bodies again. And that awareness way the hell out there doesn't seem to crack that identity. That's a shield. That's an armor for survival. That's an ego. It's not going anywhere, right? Mm. And I acknowledge the deep work we've done for the past, how many, 4 years?
4 years now, yeah.
And then the deeper PSI work, psychedelic somatic integration work we've done over the last year-ish, right? That's going deep into the wounds, which takes such bravery, such humility, such willingness to face the ugly, the self-hatred, the Venus flytrap, all these different, that's more of an identity, but the wounds and sitting in it with me and being able to let me see you messy and let me hold you when you're out of control.
Yeah. And
let me be the energy of the divine feminine, the divine mother, and the divine father. I got your back, right? I'm the endless spaciousness, the depth that's got you as well, these energies. And let yourself, because I've been through this as well with my facilitators, let yourself be held so these can start to integrate. Not get rid of them because they're wrong, but this beautiful human experience of terror, horror, hatred. I don't want to be here. And through our honor of it, through our presence with it, through our, like a little Kristina, you have every right to feel this way, baby girl. I'm right here. And through grace, they integrate. And then that identity on top has nothing to stand on.
Yeah.
And that's an energy which looks like the job going away, which looks like the kids getting married and going off and kicking ass, which looks like the man that never honored you, you seeing it and saying enough, right? So all these identities are dissolving so that you can be from your body all the way through, no more of this identity stuff, all the way up to the divine and all the way back down into your body. Is there anything braver? Is there anything more humbling? Yeah. Like you are fucking rock star.
Oh, that's interesting.
Interesting. I don't feel like a fucking rock star.
Yeah. Right now, I just feel very much like I'm full of a lot of space.
Yeah.
A lot of space. Because I think that when you were talking about the divine masculine, I don't know that I'd ever felt, after the third PSI, ever felt calm, truly held, that, and so safe. And in that, I think from that place, excuse me, all the crying is building up.
It's all good. It's all good.
I think in that, it was just, since then, when I think about that, my body, my whole nervous system can just calm.
Yeah.
And from that place, pleasure can arise. From that place, creativity can arise. And the other thing that I would say to you is that when I got back from the PSI, I had rewired and restructured so much in the inside that I really had to have the calm on the outside. And I noticed even this morning, I noticed getting ready for this, I was like, okay, what am I going to wear? I got to spend time on my makeup. And I was like, that just be you. And I was reminded, so I'm constantly having to take the old ways I have always done my life.
Yeah.
And not all were bad. And not all were good. And some were simply absolutely stopping me where I was at to grow. Mm. And I'm noticing those now more and more. Because when you do this big work, not only did I completely change in that brave, courageous way, but I'm different on the other side. And it doesn't always match. And
rarely matches.
And that's the part right now that I think I'm in, is the bravery to go, that relationship works, but it's this deep.
Yeah.
And there's no reciprocity. So
and that feels how
that feels is, it's scary. Some of them are part of my blood. They're my family. Mm. Some of them are close friends. Some of them are acquaintances. Some of them are probably going to be they were old coworkers that I can't work with anymore now.
Right.
Because there's just, I'm not willing to do that. I'm willing to attract new to match where I'm at.
Yeah. What does it feel like to have, well, not just the awareness, that's the first step, but what does it feel to engage in looking at these patterns now that the identities have been dissolved and the wounds have been integrated, and your authentic, we can say true north, you're aligned with your soul, and you're looking at something where it's shallow, not deep, and I give more than I receive. Like, what does that feel like? Like a sensation in your body, an emotion? What does that feel like to go, ugh?
It's repulsion. It's deep.
Yeah.
And then I have to go through the whole, how did I put up with this all these years?
Well, answer that question. How did you?
I bypassed it.
Yep.
I acted like it wasn't there, and I got my 10,000 hours in just being strong and taking it. And my propensity, being the people pleaser, enabler, was I could take a lot. And then I had myself convinced that was a superpower.
Right. Look how strong I am.
Right. And so then I put it on myself like a badge.
Yep.
And so now that all is fading away, it's like, what gets to come online? For the first time in my life, and I think I've told this to so many people, but when I grew up on a farm, so we start work pretty early. And I started making money when I was 13. It wasn't a lot, but I have not had a job, or not double negative, not worked since I was 13. And I am on my 5th week of no job after I exited. And I am finding not having that 40 hours run to place where I can just set all of this stuff aside and show up in front of that video screen and do all the Zoom calls and write all the spreadsheets and create all the communications and help people get better, all those things. And I was good at all those things. There's nothing wrong with any of those things.
Yeah.
It's just now, without it, right now I'm not rushing myself, and I'm going, I want more space. And what came at, Dr. Este's place is maybe I'd go travel Europe for a few months in 2026. I was like, do I know where I'm going? Do I know what? No. But I'm like, that is the first time I felt excited about something, instead of building a coaching business or getting another consulting client, doing one of these things. It's like, no, I feel like I need more space, and I needed more discovery time. And that's how I think I'm going to heal my 58 years, and times how many hours of running the show and having it be an identity and like literally just part of my DNA to say no more.
Yeah.
And it was truly a death.
Oh, yeah.
And I am just allowing myself to be in the soup of it, to be in the liminal of it, to be in the in between of it, and travel and other cultures and meeting other people and getting lost and getting found and getting, losing my suitcase or having my suit, all those kind of, that for once in me, I don't want to control the crap out of that. Mm-hmm. I don't want to sit down and write a 12-point plan about how I'm going to travel around Europe and who I'm going to see and what little museum. I want to go be free, be spontaneous, experience culture, and find myself.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
The unknown.
Yeah, so I hope I answered your question. I may not have.
Of course, you're amazing. This is delicious. Yes. You're willing to dance with the unknown.
Yes.
When I met you and me, myself, and I still had a session I shared with you yesterday with my coach, Ken, sobbed my face off, complete dissociation, all my trauma came up, like letting go into the unknown. For those of us who have been traumatized, for those of us who are overachievers, is terrifying. It's terrifying. So how would you weave in, whether it's the PSI, all the coaching, the community, a little bit of everything, trusting a sister who's not going to throw you under the bus? Like, I don't know what the components have been, but how has the work we've done allowed you to choose with, it sounds like delight, to dance with the unknown when your old way is, oh, hell no, I got to strategize the hell out of this and be 3 steps ahead and in control, right? Like that's night and day. That's totally inspiring as fuck. But I know you didn't say, oh, well, I'm just going to go to Europe and it's all going to be fine. Like, oh no, you have done some work.
I think that's the answer.
Yeah. What kind of work? What did you face? What did you feel? What did you let go of? What did you finally slow down to sit in so that you can actually make a choice? Not to go get another job and get a guy, but to actually plan 6 months of the unknown in another country of which you've never done this before.
Yeah, I've never done this before. I'm not even sure how I'm going to do it, except I'm going to show up, take a breath, and do what's the next right step in front of me.
Right. What did you face and integrate in order to give yourself? And it's a capacity.
It's so interesting.
It's not just a choice and an affirmation. It's a capacity.
Yeah. I getting that old adage where they put a frog in a
hot water,
and it's slowly dying as it's slowly the slow
turn
boil.
Up the heat, yeah.
I think I have slowly been removing all of these older things slowly. So it's hard for me to go, I did this and this and this and this because I'm still unpacking it.
Yeah.
But I could give you probably the biggest example.
Yeah.
Is going through a divorce after being married for 26 years, 2 amazing daughters, a family, friends, a job. I looked like I had everything. Everybody looking at me were like, oh, you're just kicking ass. You're doing great. And I was completely unaware of who I was.
Yeah.
I was running off of everybody else's dream of telling me what to do.
Right.
What I got the most out of this conference and the work I've been doing with you over these years is the uniqueness, the PSI journey, for instance, the psychedelic somatic integration journeys, the 3 of them.
Yeah.
They were 100% me. I wasn't sitting in a pew next to a bunch of people where there were all these expectations that everybody had to be the same. Because my self-value issues, my self-esteem issues, my self-worth issues, those were built, made for my soul and only my soul, and it's unique. It's not like anybody else's.
Yeah.
And that's what I used to be most afraid of. Not being like everybody else.
Oh.
And now I'm moving into who this is and what I get to do and dropping some of these old things. And it is scary, but I've been dropping these old things for 4 years.
Yes.
And you've watched me and you've reminded me so much so that I'm like, oh, I did that? So for me, the last 4 years was discovering, Kristina, who are you? And what do you want?
Yeah.
Instead of what God is going to tell you, what you have to pray about at the church, what your work wants you to be, because they have to use you again. They have to have your energy. All those things.
Got to sacrifice. Yeah.
And it's not their fault. I was believing it. Mm-hmm. And there were beliefs that had nothing to do with my own internal value systems.
Yeah.
And those are reorganizing themselves right now.
Yeah.
So much so that I used to not even be able to write my own resume. So like, oh, I don't even know how to describe myself so you write it. You tell me what I look like. I couldn't even see my own self.
Wow.
And I've come up with my adjectives, and I'm very, very calm in them now. They're not even adjectives. They're just like who I am, and I'm cleaner of earth, because that's what I've always loved.
Yes.
And I'm a healer, whether it's the soul or the psyche. I heal, and I know I heal me, and I heal others, and I feel that, and I love storytelling, and I love listening to stories, and I love telling stories. So there's this, and those three things, 4 years ago, I probably couldn't have told you those things. So those are my indicators of my growth. Because it's really hard when you're doing this deep stuff to see your own self.
Yeah.
You just know for some reason, my right hip just doesn't hurt anymore. And the knee that has been hurting me, it's a physicality too.
Yeah,
when you
body
do this,
heals.
When you do this soul work and this deep spiritual work, and you run into the emotions, I didn't realize anger and fear were running my entire body.
Yeah.
And after the early abuse when I was young, I was running.
Yeah.
And then I was attracting men that I had that would be abusive, that would either check out or whatever. And now I'm like, I can see that. So now I get to attract better into my life. And the best part is I know who I am. It wasn't it? Know thyself. Very profound.
Yeah.
And I think that's what our whole life's journey is about, is know thyself.
Yeah. How, for the listeners and the viewers, so yes, when we integrate something in the body, the pain is an indication of an unfelt, unhealed, like an emotion that needs to be integrated. And it was incredible to watch the masculine side of you that wasn't you. It was another energy inside of you, and be gone. And unless you took the space up of your own internal masculine, another thing got back in again. It was fascinating to watch over the years, and I'm so thrilled. So that's one thing. Another thing is where we know thyself from. When we first started, it was very much about the figuring it out in the mind and running a million miles an hour in the back of the head, so from fear. And then you would drop into your heart, drop into your gut, drop into your sacred yoni, and then right back out again. What was it that's allowed you to know thyself? I'm going to say from the inside out versus the outside in, to actually hear truth rather than strategize safety or looking good, or to actually, not that you don't know thyself, but it's okay not to know. Wow, I wonder. I don't need to always have the answer to be safe. I don't need to have it all figured out. It might change.
Yeah.
Who knows? By the end of 6 months of traveling Europe, know thyself, who she's going to be. We don't know yet. How did you begin to listen and have a deeper sense, not of belief, but of like a sense, like a knowing?
Yeah. Integrating the fear. Going all the way through it. Going into absolute rage and terror, sorrow, sadness, guilt, shame. And that is one of the things that I learned from you, and I hope I get to companion others with, is going all the way through, not stopping at 99%, because that last little percent hurts, because it just, you resist it, persists. Whatever you resist persists.
I'm covered in shivers again. Go deeper, because that's important to explain.
That is, it was the first PSI where I really allowed, and I can get into my body, especially with you, really quick now, more than I could then.
Yeah.
But this last PSI, I would want to go up and fix because I did not want to go all the way through it.
Feeling the feeling.
Feeling the feelings.
Yeah.
I mean,
You tried to analyze the feeling.
very deep, like absolute fear that I was going to die.
Yeah.
Absolute fear. And in my story was after the abuse, getting stuck in a ditch, and we call it a demon, that entity, that thing that I needed to come into me. And that thing said, don't tell your dad because he'll hurt you. Don't tell any other. Where I knew that's where should have gone. And having to have that cognitive story, but realizing that fear I've been carrying it my whole life.
Yeah.
And that takes a whole nother level for me to go through. And that's why the PSIs were gold for me. Yeah. They really were. Because I went all the way through.
Yeah. And to the best of my memory, not just did you feel the terror of that negative energy coming that told you after being abused that you're not allowed to even ask for help. So you get to stay in your ditch your whole life and then fakey fake, don't tell anybody and try to, always scampering. You also faced it.
I faced it.
You not only felt the fear, but then the fear transformed into what? And what did you do? And what's the transformation of that? Because to me, that's how you got symbolically, physically, emotionally, spiritually out of the ditch. Enough.
Yeah.
You don't get to treat me like this. Nobody, I'm in charge. Like, it was awakening.
It was an absolute awakening. And what I had done before that is run from it.
Yes, of course. Well, it's
bypass it.
Yeah.
And I
didn't
didn't know what I was doing. Right.
Yep.
So, yes. And I say that probably to the audience as well, because I have so many friends in my life and so many people in my life. And a couple of the women that I talked to just a week ago that I have never met before came up. The fear was so great that instead of being in a companionship way, maybe by you or anybody in your life, instead of raising your hand and saying, I can't do this alone.
Yeah.
And seeing the fear and knowing the fear and facing the fear, you run from it and it gets bigger. And you run from it and it gets bigger. And you run from it and it gets bigger. The running, the bypassing, the busyness, the going from, I will write a book. And there was a couple of women there. I will write a book. Are you better now? No. Okay. So then I'm going to write another book. Or for me, it was have one man, then it was date another man. And then it was date another man because mine had to do with masculine energy. That was the thing that abused me, in my opinion. And the little feminine energy in me, the little girl, she went down, she went dark. And I was running a lot of my life off of that little girl's energy, which was just run, run, run. But as soon as I met her where she was, held her where she was, and allowed her to feel all that with your companionship and others in my life, it just...
And then stood up and protected her.
And now it stood up and said, walk away. Now I walk away. Yeah.
What does that feel like in your body, in your heart, your soul, to stand up for yourself?
Empowering. I have my agency back. And when I do that, I pass that on to my daughters and my granddaughters and all the women around me. I passed it on to the couple of girls that came up to me, and they were younger than me, half my age, just a week ago. And I will continue to pass it on just by doing my work. And this is what we need. Like I just came from the federal government mess. That's where I spent 29 of my years fixing and trying to clean up the earth there. It's a mess. And it gets daunting and it's overwhelming. But I know every time I go in and I do my own, which is back to thyself, it gets better.
Yeah. Look at where your younger daughter is just after your third PSI. It was after your second PSI when we faced the truth that you were running from with her. And we integrated you. We didn't change her one little bit, but she changed.
Yeah.
Because you changed, you faced it, you had conversations. You were unwilling to judge or blame or hide or do any of that stuff with one of the most important creatures to you on the planet. And look, she is kicking ass.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine? No, I don't want to go like down some negative tunnel, but I really just want you to celebrate you. Had you not said yes to the unknown, these 3, I mean, you were seeing all these other people do PSIs with me with great results, but it's still the unknown.
Right. Absolutely.
Right? If you hadn't done your second PSI, do you think she'd be where she is right now?
No, I can honestly say that I'm not even looking up trying to get to my brain. My body goes, absolutely not.
No.
Because I actually had a conversation with her, and it was, she's a very deep soul, and she's a very old soul. And part of her uniqueness in coming here to this earth was for me. And I didn't tell her that. She told me that.
Yeah.
That's how
deep she is.
She is.
Yeah.
And she gave me permission to forgive myself. Who gets that as a mom? Right. Usually we're running around telling our girls, you look pretty. You need to lose weight. Here, take a drug. If you're having panic attacks, take a drug. All that stuff. Instead, I went, I could do all those things, and maybe I have done all those things, but maybe I go deal with my own shit first.
Yeah. What did you have to? Because this
Look
is
in the
also
mirror first.
Yeah, this is important for a lot of moms and dads, but moms to hear. The pressure we've put on ourselves, if we don't integrate it, we project it onto our kids.
Oh, for sure. You can see it in generations.
Yeah.
I mean, the women in my generation were, we got the coin helicopter mom. I don't know how many moms. The peanut allergy started when I was raising my children. Oh my God. I don't even know how these kids come out of just not being in complete fear of even taking a breath in a room where there might be peanut butter. I mean, that's how crazy. And that's just one of many things. And I'm not blaming. I mean, I'm guilty of that myself. I also wanted to make them all perfect because that's kind of the generation we were in, right?
Perfectionism.
It was all about the outside.
Yeah.
Of whether you will get a man, will you stay married to a man, whether you will have your 2.5 kids and the 3-car garage, and you work until you fall down almost dead.
Right.
And then you retire yourself. Why do you retire? Only because you're so tired, you're just gonna fall over dead. I'm 58. I've got a lot of years in me now. I think about the word retire and it just makes me gag. I'm like, oh my God, I'm just getting started.
I know. I don't think we'll ever retire.
I know.
We're watching Dr. Estes at 84, like just be in her like vivaciousness.
She came in and danced to I'm a Wrecking Ball.
I know. That's right.
And she's
I love
gorgeous.
Her. She is exquisite.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 things before I forget. You said that you're just getting started. What are going to be your sacred, I don't know if we want to call them guardrails, but like sacred, what do we call them? Wings? But what are you going to, as you move through the end of this year, still without your government job of 29 years, planning a trip to Europe potentially for 6 months? What are going to be some of your maybe North Stars or support practices so that the viewers and listeners see, okay, so she's done all this work, she's in the liminal, but how's she holding herself to ensure she doesn't go back, doesn't override, doesn't bypass, but lives deeply, richly, fiercely, bravely in her truth into the unknown?
We actually did this exercise with Dr. Estes. And I thought the first day I put some things down, by the last day I was like, oh, there it is. So the first thing always for me is I give from the overflow. I no longer give from depletion.
And what is that going to, what's that going to require?
And it's an absolute check-in all the way in. And I can already feel when I'm being asked to do something. Like I just got a text as I was walking in here from a team, one of the women on my team. And I think they're coming back to ask us for a contract. And she said, how are you today? I need your help. Right there, just now. That's money. That's a job.
Yeah.
That's a team. Those are my 8 on my team, of my contracting team. I'm mama baron of them.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, does that serve me? I mean, no. I need more space to find myself. So right there, I just litmus test that overflow.
And
so
you can feel it in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I do next, I haven't even decided. I just got it right before I walked in. But life keeps going on when you do this work.
Yes.
And what I am so now into my body now, I'm going to, in a breath, say, it's a hell yes, it's a hell no, or I need more time, or I need more data. And that is on in me now.
Nice.
And that goes to the second thing that I put down as my self-care that Dr. Estes talked to us about, and you've always talked to us about, to bring us to that true north, to bring us back to that place, that sweet spot. And we do know when that is. We know when we're depleted and tired, and we know when we're so happy we're euphoric, and where that is in the middle.
Yeah.
And for me, I've had to remember the word prayer, because prayer under the legalistic Christianity that was a big part of my life. Nothing wrong with Christianity for others. There's no judgment there. But what it was for me, there was so much pain in that I had to put prayer aside. But prayer for me now is checking in to the high mind, keeping my heart whole, and going into second world, going into the divine, going into that place on a ritualistic time and in a beautiful place. And I actually just wrote on my mirror that I get ready in front of in my bathroom, I wrote the word pray.
Nice.
And the third one, and I have always, I'm a kind of a goof, but laughter and play and curiosity and imagination. And right now, those are the things. Those are going to be my guardrails, my wings, my litmus tests.
Yeah.
And I just got a test right before we walked in here. Are you going to take that contract? You going to go run back? You going to overgive and take care of adult humans that could be taking care of themselves?
Right.
It's right here. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll have her back on next season. Yeah, for sure. Maybe I'll come meet you in Europe somewhere. We'll find a studio and oh, that'd be so fun. Thank you. Lastly, the power of, I'm going to call it mentorship, community, people that love you so much, they will say even maybe what you don't want to hear with love and commitment to your soul, not to your ego, not to you being liked, not to what if I ruffle feathers, but like really the power of having a few solid mentors or a solid community in your life, in addition to those wonderful things you just shared, those 3 pillars you just shared. And if you could tie that into the power of doing work with me, doing work with this community.
Oh yeah. I to me, that was just a given. I'm going to stay in this community because it's rock solid for me, and it's a hell yes.
Thank you.
I've been putting out to ask for mentors, seeing Nona at Maven Productions run Dr. Estes. That was a light bulb for me. So there's very specific things that I want to delve into and learn more about.
Yeah.
And that's that curiosity play thing. Yeah. I think for me, it's about letting go the old. And I say that with great intrepidation. Because that's the letting go part. That's hard. Like maybe there's just really good friends that can't be in my life anymore, you know? So as soon as there's space, someone will come in. So when it comes to, I might be reorganizing my old community.
Yeah.
To bring in new community. That's not easy.
Yeah.
And I'm right there.
Yeah. I so respect your bravery to share this with us, because a lot of people who are growing and ascending, we need to honor our soul. It's not about against these old relationships or friendships. It's for our soul. And whoever's going to fly with us, flies with us. Sometimes we fly just with a few people, sometimes a lot of people, sometimes single, sometimes in relationships, sometimes a job, sometimes entrepreneurship, all these different ways of being. But our soul knows, like our heart and our soul knows. So I so honor your willingness to clip clip if it's a plant, any dead leaves, this plant must flourish, I must flourish. And whoever comes, and whoever doesn't. It's not against someone or for someone. It's thyself first.
Yep.
Yeah. I so honor you, sister. I so honor you. Not an easy path.
Yeah. So we filled out our little evaluations yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And it says name.
Uh-huh.
So I'm getting ready to drop my last name.
Right.
And it said title.
Oh, what did you put?
I put old, strategic consultant, program manager.
Yeah.
And then I put new, TBD.
Oh, that's so great. You're willing to be in the unknown.
I wrote it. Isn't that amazing?
That is so great.
Yes, to be in that place of identity, just a little bit in a crisis, because it's not really a crisis. I'm in the unknown.
Yeah. But from crisis comes new order. That's just the unfolding of the universe. If we're not willing to let go, the new can't come in, right? The inhale, the exhale, it's how we're wired. It's nature. But when we have to live it, it's fucking terrifying.
It's terrifying. And it's terrifying to say it out loud
and
to write it.
Yes.
I haven't changed my LinkedIn. I haven't changed even my contact I haven't actually changed my daughter who just got married, her contact yet either. She's still Adams to me, but she's going to be Chapman. But I just realized names and titles and identities, without them, we feel very naked.
Yes.
Very naked.
The ego feels naked.
And I really don't fit anywhere right now. And that's got curiosity all over it. And as you can see with the tears, some grief.
Yeah.
And I'm riding the surfboard of both.
Yeah. Thank you for not bypassing this very beautiful, poignant stage.
Yeah.
So easy to bypass. And to allow the divine in you to weave the new place and to know you always fit. Well, you always fit with me. And to fit, the most important place to fit is home inside of yourself. And to let go of needing to fit on the outside ever again. And to really, you just had an example of it being the light for those younger women at the event we just went to. You didn't do anything and they came to you, right?
Yeah.
Under your wing, they could feel it. So as we allow ourselves to fit on the inside and emanate that energy, look, you didn't try. You didn't do anything. They just came to you, as will the next place to work, as will the next person to date, as will the next place to travel in Europe and all the rest of it. Inside out, home, not even fitting, but like home with thyself, belonging to thyself. This is the new frontier. Yeah. And it is an honor to walk with you, fly with you, dance with you, fall down with you, sit in the ditch with you, get back up with you. Yeah, thank you for your bravery. Thank you for I'm so proud to call you an Allana Pratt Method Coach. I'm so glad to call you my sister. So glad that you're walking with me through this world.
Yeah.
And I'm so very, very inspired that you're willing to share the unknown and the process before it's all pretty with the world, because so many people need to be honored in this state of not knowing, and no longer only honored when we have it all like together, which we never do. That's the fake. Right? Let's let the fake fall and let the truth and the authenticity arise.
Here we go.
Boom, checka, boom, checka. All right. Thank you so much for being with us on this podcast. We're going to be meeting with you over on Patreon here in a moment. I'm going to ask her some delicious questions. We're going to dance. And if this conversation of, wow, I want to leap, I want to go into the unknown and I'm terrified, I would be honored to walk with you through this. It is not for the faint of heart, and it is exactly what your soul perhaps is aching for. So over in the show notes, there's a scholarship for being a watcher or a listener of intimate conversations. So you can sign up for what's called an intimacy breakthrough experience call with me. We'll dive deep to the core and see what's possible. And Kristina Davis is a beautiful emanation of resurrection. And when you're in the cocoon, this is part of the journey. Nothing's wrong. And I would be honored to walk with you. Until next time, all my love. See you next week on Intimate Conversations. Get out there and make love to life. Well, I've made it back almost made it back to Santa Fe. I just love little airports. Like Albuquerque was so easy. Had carry-on, I walked right outside. There's the parking lot. Just go into my truck. I was clever and remembered water and a full tank of gas and just driving home during this beautiful sunset right now. I'm really loving the ease and flow of my life right now. So I hope you really enjoyed that vulnerable, transparent, raw, liminal space conversation that I had with one of my clients and one of my certified Allana Pratt Method coaches, Kristina. She's at a really precarious time. When we do, so she's done 3 PSIs, weekends with me, and that is when we go to the core and the tier 1 body core wounds get integrated. And it's a very destabilizing time for clients because the identity that they've created to survive, never thrive, it's a ceiling. And it's ego, and it doesn't like to die. This identity that she's created for lifetimes to survive is collapsing, dissolving, and it's a very disorienting time for a client. What's healthy at this time, if they've had a string of unhealthy relationships, is to be on a no man diet or a no woman diet. If they've been in a job that has not been honoring their truth, their purpose, their soul, it's best to not go back and just get another job right away. And that level of discomfort and that level of unknown and that level of uncertainty without having that survival mechanism identity that just from the outside in, I need a man, I need a job, I need money, it's a very, very scary time for people because they have to spiritually mature. They have to evolve. They have to find their truth. They have to listen to their truth. They have to act in alignment with their truth. And most of their environments, their relationships, the people, they're going to trigger them because they're being brave. They're going outside the box. They are going for their dreams, and very, loving, well-meaning people will often try to shoot down their dreams. Oh, just go date somebody. Oh, just go get another job. Like, they're not necessarily the most supportive people to a soul's evolution. They're supportive to an ego's status quo, but not to a soul's evolution. So this is a time more important than ever to remain in the coaching community, to remain coaching with me, to have somebody that sees them, somebody that believes in them, somebody that reminds them of all this hard work that they've done. Don't run back into the burning building. Don't give up now. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle. The universe is only responding to their frequency, and it will bring miracles. It will create synchronicities. It will align with serendipity if my clients do their work and continue to surrender to the flow, listen to their gut, and keep showing up. But if they get into their head and get scared and let the ego win, they can often slide backwards and go right back into those same old patterns. So this liminal stage when you haven't quite figured out where you're going to live next, or where your next job's going to be, or who you're going to date, or who are healthier friends, or what's a better way to eat, or what's life like without that addiction to whatever your addiction is to. This is the moment, whether they continue to evolve or not. So I send many blessings to Kristina for strength, to stay aligned with her truth, to not let triggers take her out, and to no longer have, she doesn't need to form another identity. The identity's been integrated. What it's time now is to live her soul's truth, to live soul embodied truth. So let's all send her blessings of courage to continue on her path and not give up 5 minutes before the miracle. And if you are inspired by her bravery and her willingness to be in the unknown and to have somebody to walk with you as you dissolve your survival mechanisms and habitual patterns of that sabotage you, and you know there's more, and you haven't yet been able to integrate those subconscious wounds. I couldn't. Nobody can. You need support. You need this modality that I've been trained in, that I've personally walked this journey, and I take beautiful clients on. This is the work that works, and it's for the brave-hearted and those who choose in this life to embody their soul and live their truth authentically. I would love to hear from you. I would love to walk with you. I would love to link arms and have your back. All right, so thank you for being with us on Intimate Conversations. Please, I'm sure somebody needs to hear this conversation, so please share it with a friend. Please subscribe and rate and review this so that more people can have access to this really raw conversation. And then lastly, I look forward to seeing you in my calendar or my inbox. It's called an Intimacy Breakthrough Experience call. And we can connect one-on-one and talk about taking this journey like Kristina and I have, you and I.